So I'm just looking at the Q&A and I'm going to ask questions that are coming in. Carol, what have you found to be the most unique or interesting aspect of KW Tech and the startup system?
There's so many things actually that are unique here. And I would say that, first of all, we have three amazing educational institutions in our backyard that produce people of a wide variety of skill sets that are incredibly important to tech. So we've got that infrastructure here that supports the technology sector in ways that other communities don't have. So that's number one. Number two, we actually have the other sorts of organizations like Communitech, like Velocity at University of Waterloo, like the Accelerator Center at University of Waterloo, who apply resources and bring people and their bodies of experience to bear to support early stage technology. And then the third thing I would mention is we also have now a building history of success in the community of companies growing, being successful, and being sold. And one of the things that has made San Francisco and the Bay Area so incredibly successful from a tech point of view is they had a 20-year lead on our community in terms of that turnover of entrepreneurs, people selling businesses, making money, and then reinvesting in early stage technology in the community. And we're starting to see that happen here now. So as I'm an example of that. I have been an investor in quite a few early stage technology businesses myself that I'm just strictly an investor in. I have just become a limited partner into venture funds. So I'm supporting venture capital firms so that they can invest in technology in the region and in Canada. And so all of those ingredients are required to kind of build, grow, plant the seeds, build, and then grow and water the tech community. And we have so many of those things here that other communities do not, frankly. And so we're quite lucky to be here.
I've got lots of questions coming in, so I'm going to try and combine them for interest of time. You talk about your background in finance and accounting and how it's been helpful, but how did you become fluent in technology space, which seems to be quite different fields? And did you ever feel that you had the imposter syndrome at one point, and how did you overcome that?
So yes. So the very first company that I became CEO of was a very, very high-end virtual reality company. Like we're talking high fidelity, not gaming, not video gaming. We're talking high fidelity, high stakes sorts of virtual reality. I didn't have a ruddy clue about any of that. Science was not my forte in high school. I did not, bear any resemblance to anything I did after high school. And I absolutely had imposter syndrome. I think imposter syndrome happens to everybody. So, at the time, when I was going through it, there was not a word for it. But I remember thinking many, many days, somebody's going to figure out I have no clue what I'm doing. And I don't know any of this stuff. I'm going to make a mistake, all of those things. What you come to realize with time is that imposter syndrome is in every single person. It's part of the natural evolution of growing your career and your skill set and your body of knowledge. Number two, it's not just men or women. Men also experience imposter syndrome, and women think it's just women as a result of our gender. It's not. I've spoken now over the years to many, many men who have it as well, and in some cases are paralyzed by it and very, very kind of gripped in fear. And so what I would say is this. I had this light bulb moment, and it was while I was running Fake Space, where I was needing to make decisions. And I was just doing everything I could to learn as much as I needed to learn about that business. And the light bulb was, oh my gosh, I don't need to be the VP of engineering. I don't need to be the VP of product management. I don't need to be the VP of sales. I have other people that are skilled in these disciplines who do know this technology and this industry extremely well. And my role is to step back from it and think about the business and the market opportunity, and to understand enough of that that I can effectively make strategic decisions about where we go. But I don't need to understand how to create an image out of nothing that looks real. That's not my job. And so it was that light bulb. And I had had this experience in the public company of watching, frankly, a bunch of men, a lot older than me, because I was in my 20s at the time, make really what I thought were not well informed decisions. And I had the light bulb also made me go, okay, if they can be successful in their careers and make what I consider to be bad decisions, and they're still successful, I'm using my brain here, and I'm exercising the best judgment I can. And if them, it became, why me? Why did they pick me to be the CEO of this company? Oh my gosh, they're going to find out I'm not that smart. Instead of that, the light bulb was, why not me? Why not me? If it can be them, why not me? And that was a pivotal moment in my brain. And I think it happened when I was 31 or 32 years old. And I have never looked back. Nobody knows everything. In fact, most of us know very little about most things. And running a business is not about that. It's about learning what you need to learn, effectively leading people, making decisions based on your best judgment and best information, and being okay if you make a mistake. And I say to folks all the time now, I'm never, ever the smartest person in the room, ever. I am always the person that is willing to say, I don't know something. Somebody else knows more about this than me. Let's go find that information. And I'm totally okay with it. And that honesty allows other people to be honest and vulnerable and to seek help so that they can make the best decisions and not feeling like they need to be the smartest or never make a mistake or all of those things. So I've tried to dispel this notion of imposter many, many times. And like I say, everybody goes through it usually, and you do get over it, hopefully. But you just need to think, why not you? Why not you? Of course it can be you.
I'm nodding my head because I can relate to a lot of personal experiences. We've got time for one more question. So I'm going to read it. Many students and young professionals worry if they don't take a certain class or learn a certain skill, they will be left behind. Can you share how learning opportunities arise in practice? And I know you touched a little bit about it on your previous answer, but maybe you could delve in a little bit more.
Yeah, nobody will ever learn everything. It is impossible to learn everything. And that's where fear comes in. You know, the fear of missing out, fear of not doing something you should do, and it's going to have this like death blow to your career. Totally wrong. You know what? Just use your best judgment. Does that sound interesting? Do you think you're going to get something out of it? How do you think that fits with what you might need to do? And just because you don't learn one thing, you can learn it in other ways. It's not, there is never going to be an end to learning. I still learn today. I was learning some stuff yesterday, and I'm 56 years old, like some fundamental things that I need to know with respect to our market, actually. And it just never ends. And so don't be afraid. You always have opportunities to learn every single day, and you can learn it many, many different ways. It's just, make the best choice you can in the moment, and don't worry that you're missing out on something. You never miss out on something. If something goes by you, it will always come back. If it's meant to come back, it will come back.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Carol.